2 months ago, I spent $750 on a bunch of stuff from auctions to see if I could flip it on eBay. At the exact same time, I spent the exact same amount on these 3 Pokemon slabs that I bought at the top of the market. Let's see what I earned more money from. What's going on? This is Gary Grindset, a channel for people who want to make money taking big risks illegally. And today we're going to see what's a superior marketplace, Facebook or eBay. I'm going to break down my experience selling stuff on eBay, tell you what items made the highest margins, which ones I actually lost money on, and if I could do it all over again, what would I actually change? I know I've only been doing this a couple months, but I've still learned how to buy the dip in every single category that I play in, and eBay is no different. So listen up. But first, let's look at my Pokemon investments here. Shiny birds. Like I said, I got all 3 of these for $750. At its peak, this bad boy was sitting around $500. It is currently at $350. This Rainbow Beauty is actually around $140 right now. Normally, it's a little bit higher than that, but it actually has been rising. And our normal one is sitting around $170 for you mental math wizards at home. That brings our total of these to $660 according to price charting, which means you've actually lost $90 on the Pokemon cards. And if you're wondering why I'm using price charting, well, that's because Collector is a scam and they are stealing money from you. I sold 3 slabs on there for a very low price, and Collector did not update the listings, especially when I sold 2 of those items for what was equivalently a penny, which means that I do not trust Collector anymore. I'm only using price charting. That's just some good to know information for you guys. Okay, on to the good news. This is how our eBay listings have done in the first 2 months. You can see what items have gotten me a crazy profit return, all the way to the ones that have actually lost me money. It did start off pretty tricky until I started accumulating some good reviews. Now I have around 14 5-star ratings, which is great, and things more or less seem to be on autopilot. In fact, I just dropped off a package that had the Disney Kincaid puzzle in it, and I'm also dropping off another package with a Super Nintendo game after I finished making this video. Most things actually did make us money. The only things that we lost money on were things that we had to buy as a bundle. For example, the Pokemon Heart Gold, even though I made a lot of money on that one item, I had to buy it as a pack with other games, all of which I still currently have, and they're just kind of sitting as loose little cartridges in my collection as of right now, including this Pokemon French version, Perle. So even though the Pokemon game was bought for $57 and sold for $235, I had to buy it alongside with Mario Kart game, which is where you can see I took the loss. Now listen, video games are very easy to buy and flip, but you're not the only person that has this genius idea. There's a lot of people who go on the auction sites and just search PlayStation, Sony, Nintendo, Xbox, and they just collect the games. What I would suggest to you is to actually hit up a garage sale, buy a bundle of games for $1, and then sell those on eBay. Not only is that going to help you get your ratings up, but it's also going to help you experience what it's like to ship and get those customer profiles in for shipping. But the fact of the matter is that everybody's kind of playing this game with the auction sites. Everybody can search. Everybody can know what value there is in searching Nintendo or Pokemon. One of the highest earners was actually anime figures. This is the only one I have left, and that's because the box is a little bit damaged, but I'm still probably going to get rid of this for at least double what I paid for it. In fact, the only thing I'm holding on to is this Lego set, which I'm still hoping to flip for around, a 10% margin. That puzzle that I talked about dropping off, I ended up making a 12% margin. It's cute. It's nothing crazy. Like I've talked about in the other video I made, I would double down on this action figurine bonanza by sourcing things right from Alibaba. I've yet to start selling things from Alibaba on eBay. Right now I'm just doing the middleman thing where I get them from Alibaba and sell them on Facebook Marketplace. But I want to sell through the inventory I have now just so I can get a better idea of what my numbers are doing it this way versus going Alibaba right to eBay. Obviously, I can't sell the Labubus on eBay because they're not all the way real, but things like those Pokemon pillows and other things that are in the halfway limbo, I think that I might be able to find some success with. Now, even though eBay does take quite a bit of commission for the service they provide, they do in fact provide a service, and I would have to say I do prefer selling on eBay than Facebook Marketplace. With Facebook Marketplace, you're essentially a one-man customer service desk for your own personal hobby shop. And while some people may enjoy the back and forth, I do find it a little time consuming, and I'd rather just set it and forget it, which is more or less all you have to do with eBay. In fact, it relists whenever the listing expires, and I think you only have to do one thing once a month to make sure that it stays at the top of the queue. So the lesson here, and it doesn't matter whether you're selling stuff on auction or you're flipping Pokemon cards, but it's important to constantly buy the dip. Do not make the mistake I made with these birds and buy at the top of the market. Am I gonna make my money back on these? Yeah, eventually, but not right now, which is fine. Slow money is better than no money. But if you want to really make money, you need to buy the dip. That's how you get rich. Now, everybody knows that you stay rich by buying high and selling for higher, but that's not what we're doing on Gary Grindset. So if you like this video and you want to check out my eBay or find out more tips and tricks, follow along for more information, or go to GaryGrindset.com for a full list of the video library. Take her easy, guys. Let's hope we flip these birds.